Hafa Guam, welcome to another episode of In the Mix. I'm Jonah Charfris. Thanks so much for tuning in. We have a great show lined up for you this evening. Coming up, I introduce you to Shining Shores Sea Glass, a small business that has been on island for a couple of years now. A little bit later in KUM Connections, we get the 12th season of NBC's hit show, The Voice. We close up the show with music from the talented Curtis Scott. But first things first, here's everything you need to know about Nabucco Farms and how you can help in their mission. Eddie Thomas, Joshua Sebastian, and Andrea Douglas are part of a group of individuals behind Nabucco Farms. Thomas, who is the CEO, says it all started around February last year during a conversation a group of friends were having.
We were talking about the conditions of Guam, and ultimately we became concerned when we understood that Guam was lacking in terms of agricultural sustainability. And we understood just how adverse those effects were and how they affected people in a multitude of avenues. And so we decided to go ahead and start the business.
Douglas suggested the name Nabucco Farms, noting the importance of not only wanting to be one with the community, but also show they were sincere and serious in their mission. Sebastian explains.
We really wanted to just put our best effort, so we came together. We weren't sure how to start it with any other group or anybody else, so we just thought of taking it on ourselves.
And they have hit the ground running, hoping to get the word out about Nabucco Farms and its overall mission, rekindle the agricultural community on Guam in order to become more sustainable as an island and increase the quality of life by providing a year-round source of the highest quality of local, natural, and organically grown produce and minimizing waste from importation.
We are really just limited to the internet. We have a Twitter account and we also have an Instagram account, and friends basically. We've shared it on Facebook, and that's how we've got it around so far, and boosting our pages on Facebook, just trying to get the word out to reach people that actually need it.
The team has done their homework and research and have crunched the numbers. That great information can be found on their website, nabuccofarms.com. Now, in order to proceed with their plan, the group has created a Kickstarter campaign which they officially launched on February 8th and runs till March 10th.
The Kickstarter goal is $50,000, and this $50,000 assists us in terms of setting up our financial injection towards getting a bank loan to initiate the project.
The project includes building a hydroponic greenhouse in order to grow clean, healthy local produce. The aim is to expand in time and provide more produce options to increase the diversity of produce available for people like you and me to incorporate into our daily meals and diets.
What people don't have to worry about is the quality of their food, because it won't be exposed to outside entities, so they don't have to worry about soil toxicity or fecal matter or lack of nutrients or water or toxins or any of those things of nature. They don't have to worry about pesticides, fungicides, herbicides. So these are all the things that adversely affect the quality of food, and it also affects the nutrition value of it and how that affects the health of the individuals.
It is a big goal, but it's one they're hoping to hit with the outpouring of support they have received from the island, especially the culinary community.
One of our biggest supporters is Moses Joint. So Moses Joint's restaurant is a major supporter because it's difficult for them to go ahead and get quality produce. Much of the produce that comes in are imported. A lot of the nutritional value is already gone before it even gets here. And majority of the food that gets here, it's either rotten or it's picked too early, so it never ever truly gets the nutritional value that's important when you eat, because that's the true purpose of eating, right? Is to feed your body and nurture your body and nourish your body. But when you pay for food, majority of the food that people pay for here, it gets lost in the wayside. And then not only that, it also affects the pricing of food, and it makes it difficult for people to get healthy, nutritious food, because the majority of the produce that gets here, it goes bad. And so the people who buy the crops, they have to make their profit as well. So you end up having to pay for a majority of the food that already got dumped in the first place, right? And then you have to pay for the value of the food that you're acquiring. And then at the same time, the value of the food that you're acquiring isn't up to par.
Along with trying to create a hydroponic farm, the Nabucco Farms team has a couple of programs in line, creating dialogue with farmers and educating island students called the Pollen Program and Green Hands.
Pollen is a program. It's really an outreach for us to be able to connect with the community of farmers that are here on Guam. Not only connect, but as well as expand. So we share information, and we're able to bring them together and just enhance enhance our community through knowledge.
The way how Green Hands works, on the other hand, is that what Green Hands does is that it allows us to go ahead and to instill agriculture, but within youth, so that once the community of farmers that's already a part of pollen, they can be easily supplanted by new farmers and new innovators that's going to bring new concepts of farming to Guam. And ultimately what that would do is it would build this culture that we need, and this community that we need of agriculture to sustain the island.
Thomas, who has been on island for 4 years, ends with this.
I understand that I'm not from this island, but I also want to encourage them to look beyond the fact of where I come from and look beyond the fact of where our staff comes from, because that we don't intend to pretty much tell people what to do with their island or anything like that. We actually just want to contribute and become a part of the community. Nabucco Farms was designed for that very fact. We don't see ourselves any different than the people. We consider ourselves as one with the people. And we do that by establishing agricultural sustainability can bring more jobs. It can educate the youth. It can feed our people readily. I love the island, I love the culture, I love the people, and that's why we did this. This is exactly the reason why we did this, and we want to make that very, very clear. So we encourage them to support us, because in supporting us, you support the island. And that's the biggest component of why we did this Kickstarter ordeal, is and pretty much for the people to invest in their own future.
To find out more about their efforts, head over to www.nabuccofarms.com. Make sure to like and follow Nabucco Farms Guam on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, respectively, to keep up with the latest. And lastly, to make a donation and get them one step closer to their goal, you can click on the button on their website and it will take you directly to their Kickstarter page. Remember, they have until March 10th to reach their goal, so let's get there together. And a belated birthday shout out to Joshua Sebastian. Don't go anywhere, because when we return, we introduce you to Shining Shores Sea Glass. You're watching In the Mix.